Over in the NFL, the Steelers' waiting game continues for Aaron Rodgers. Let's call it an information darkness retreat. Mind you, Pittsburgh cleared the path for the fourth-time All-Pro after Russell Wilson and Justin Fields got up out of there, leaving a standing offer on the table for Rodgers. I'm banking on our senior NFL writer, Jeremy Fowler, to help us shed some light on this here situation. Now, Jeremy, what more can you tell us about where things stand between Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers currently?
Yeah, well, people I've checked with the team say that they remain optimistic about Aaron Rodgers. They have had contact with Rodgers in recent weeks, but they don't have a hard and fast update. So they wish they had more clarity here, but this looks like systems go that he is plan A. They're going to wait this out. They know that he's had some family things or some personal issues that he's talked about in the Pat McAfee show that he has to work through. And so they're willing to remain patient. I saw team president Art Rooney II at the owners' meetings earlier this week. He said, we're going to wait, quote, a little while longer. So Rodgers plan A, Kirk Cousins could be a viable plan B. After making some calls today, I do believe he's been on their radar. If something were to fall through with Rodgers, certainly they could reconvene, call Atlanta, see if they could try to shake something out. But right now, Rodgers is the guy.
Now, Art Rooney may be willing to wait, but that's not necessarily the case for Jalen Ramsey. He's probably waiting with a little bit more bated.
We're back here on CBS Sports HQ, where the Pittsburgh Steelers begin OTAs next week. And at this very moment, no recent movement on the Aaron Rodgers front. However, Pittsburgh Steelers owner Art Rooney continues to hold out on free agent quarterback Aaron Rodgers to solidify plans ahead of the 2025 season. But the time is really running out. So will it actually be worth the wait? It's possible. It's clear all the strengths that Rodgers would bring. As you take a look at just all the accolades, it's no secret what he's been able to do in his career. 4 league MVPs, 503 passing touchdowns. That's third all-time in the NFL. But it's no secret also, Tommy, that the Steelers need a good quarterback.
Yeah, they tried last year with 2 different guys, and it didn't really work out for them.
They did, as you take a look at the Steelers starting quarterbacks last season and what numbers they were able to put up. That includes the playoffs. So, again, will Rodgers be worth the wait if he does, in fact, head to Pittsburgh? For much more on this, let's go ahead and welcome in our own Charles Davis. Charles, it's great to see you. With the Steelers still holding out for Aaron Rodgers to make a decision, they drafted Ohio State's Will Howard, of course. They have Mason Rudolph along with Skylar Thompson under contract. Rodgers obviously would be Pittsburgh's immediate starter, but will this waiting game really be worth it?
Jordan, it has to be worth it for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they're in the position now where they've waited so long. Reminds me of the great song of the 60s, wait just a little bit longer. And here we go again, right? But it has to happen because otherwise you've already started to articulate their alternatives. A rookie, Will Howard, 5th-round pick out of Ohio State, Kansas State before that. Mason Rudolph on the roster, a guy that they trust. But let's be frank about it. They've trusted him as a backup over the years. He's never truly been a candidate to be their lead quarterback. So you have to make this work now with Aaron Rodgers. Otherwise, Omar Khan, their general manager, has to become the con artist, as head coach Mike Tomlin likes to, call him, and find an alternative somewhere. And Jordan, where's that alternative? Do they have to go to Atlanta and make a big deal now for Kirk Cousins? Because that's about where we've headed at this stage of the game. It has to work out for them.
Well, we will wait and see. It doesn't look like he'll be showing up for OTAs next week in Pittsburgh, but maybe minicamp, who knows? We will, of course, keep everyone posted here on HQ. Elsewhere, the New York Jets OTAs got underway this week. This franchise, Charles, hasn't had a playoff appearance in 14 years. So now with new quarterback Justin Fields at the helm, could the Jets' playoff drought come to an end behind Justin Fields this season, Charles? What do you think?
It could. Absolutely it could. This could be one of those greatness a year later than expected. Really 2 years because of the Aaron Rodgers time in New York. We thought it was going to be 2 years ago. He gets hurt 4 plays into the season. Could it be now it's going to be realized last year? It doesn't happen for them. Now they're under new management, new quarterback. Expectations are high. Could it happen? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't.
All right, there you have it. Speaking of mega droughts, though, America's team hasn't been to the NFC Championship game since the 1995 season. It does seem like at this point, Charles, they do have the pieces around Dak Prescott to at least flirt with a chance at the playoffs again. But do you see them snapping this drought and reaching the NFC Championship game?
Once again, it absolutely could. I love Brian Schottenheimer as a new head coach. The energy he's going to bring, the creativity on offense, a respected mind around the NFL, a guy who grew up in it. His father should be in the Hall of Fame as a head coach. So he gets it. He understands it. But there's just something about being in Dallas, and there's something also about being in the NFC East, where the Philadelphia Eagles are going to come back. And look, if they didn't need to be more hungry, the offseason controversy about their favorite play gives them a little more fuel to the fire. Washington jumped out last year, surprised everyone, didn't stand pat, really had a big offseason trying to fortify their team. Dallas, of course, had a good offseason as well. But are they the best team in that division? I think they're the third best team. So my answer is no.
Uncharted waters in the NFC East. It's going to be a fun season. Well, while we're on the topic of just droughts that are looking to end in the 2025 season and the storied history of the Chicago Bears, 0 quarterbacks have thrown for 4,000 yards in a single season. Caleb Williams finished last season with 3,541 yards. And after elevating this offense, the weapons around him this offseason, does he eclipse that 4,000-yard mark in 2025, Charles?
Jordan, let's go back and go through the names. All right, Bobby Douglas, the left-hander who could run like crazy. He didn't hit that number. Vince Evans, who was the hope for a while in Chicago. Bob Avellini. Jim McMahon should have. Really thought that was going to happen with him, but a lot of injuries, just couldn't stay fully healthy. Plus, they were a run-first team during his time. We could go on and on. The numbers of quarterbacks there. We talk about Cleveland all the time. Chicago's run their number of quarterbacks as well. This year it ends. Ben Johnson, new head coach, new style of offense, the creativity he brings, the receivers he has out wide, adding in Colston Loveland at tight end to go with Cole Kmet. They'll be able to run it a little bit with DeAndre Swift and open up some of those passing lanes. Caleb Williams, year 2. The Chicago Bears, 4,000 yards. It's over, Jordan. It is over.
You heard it here first. Charles Davis, always great to see you, Mike.
And a potential trade there?
Yeah, so I was told Miami has been in contact and in talks with several teams about Ramsey. So nothing imminent yet, in part because of that $24 million in guarantees that he is owed in 2025. The Dolphins haven't shown a willingness to pay a lot of that money. Neither do teams. Now, the LA Rams have been loosely involved here. You know, they won a Super Bowl with Ramsey. They're very familiar with the player. Nothing hard and fast, though, as far as a deal. NFC East could be one to watch. Dallas Cowboys, look, they made 3 trades this offseason, 4 players on rookie deals. Could they make a 4th trade on an NFL veteran who's on a bigger contract, certainly, but they need cornerback help? When I checked with somebody in Dallas, they said, look, it's possible we might not be done. It's slow right now, but, you know, we could always be looking to add.
Look, there is no question that the 3-time All-Pro corner who will turn 31 in October will certainly be an asset to anyone's roster. Jeremy Fowler with the latest. We appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
Still to come on SportsCenter.
Xin chào các bạn nha. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn cắt giản. Bây giờ mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn cắt giản đó là đây là lọ hạt tiêu nha. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu